All right, I'm here. January 1st. Happy New Year's, everyone. New album already. Kind of two new albums under the same name. It's a little confusing. I guess I'm seeing that it's like his other album maybe under a different name, like artist name, like a side project. I don't know if that's really specific or whatever. But I'm here to do this. Okay. 30 songs. I'll react to, after this is done, I'll look at that video, the Museum Art Explained, which, it's funny that you asked me to do that, because yesterday I just saw that, like a reel about that on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's fucking weird, but that was just like 20 seconds or whatever. I don't know the full details, but yeah, I'll react to this. What's that album called? Skeletrix Language. I literally only listened to Skeletrix Language and heard of Edward Skeletrix like a few months ago. But I liked that album. I thought that album was pretty good. So, I'm ready for this, I think. Let's just do it.
Sometimes I don't feel like, I just think it's funny that all the chaos, death, and destruction. Yeah, we gon' kill him with this one. Yeah, we gon' kill him. I be telling them just be happy, you know. They don't listen to me. Yeah, we gon' kill him. All the chaos, death, and destruction. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Why is it so hard for you to be happy? I just wanna take this time to say,
I will say that I'm confused. That does seem like sort of like an intro song, and commercial, and like just like these like repetition of things. It's like gospel-esque stuff happening, and then you have this music video that seems like it's like a fucking commercial for this car. It's very strange stuff, man, but cool. I fuck with that. Let's get into this typical rap song 11, where vast majority of the songs in that last album were called typical rap song for the most part.
Why does it always seem like I'm the one holding shit into the stick?
she got a big booty, yeah, slap her on the ass cheek. One hand receipt now, don't even be my me. Yeah, speaking that sketchy language, can't understand. Yeah, put that track on shit, and he might mash shot. Baby, this ain't no Lissy bag, got it from Africa. I said, fuck the change, nigga, can it be me?
This is my summer bucket list.
The ad cheek, one hand receipt now, don't even be my me. I said, fuck the change, nigga, can it be me? Boy, I carry, yeah, send up emojis. She got a big booty, yeah, slap her on the ass cheek. She got a big booty, yeah, slap her on the ass cheek. Don't even be my me.
Would you take my hand? Would you say you? Permission to love. If I ever needed you back, would you come in? No, 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 me. No, 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 no.
I don't wanna talk, no. Life's so funny, it gotta be a joke. Why I fell in love when it's true. I fell in love with the troll. I fell in love with the troll. I fell in love with the troll. I fell in love with the troll.
Okay. Strange one. And I guess the producer there too is like singing at the start, and then you have this transition, and Again, very eerie way of performing that Edward Skeletrix is having here, and is kind of like discussing that this person they're dating or seeing is like messing with them in a way. Okay, interesting track. Let's get into the next song here. That's the first song on here that's a little bit more vibeable. It's not like some weird glitch sound thing that I'm sort of just like, whoa, like what's going on? It's, you know, something I could actually send to a friend and be like, hey, maybe you'd like this song. Cool though. I do enjoy it.
Plastic body on me, I can't feel ya. Plastic body on me, she can't feel. Wanna switch spots, you gotta do. Drunk driving, swerving wheels. Wanna die, you can't pay your bills. Wanna die, you can't pay your bills. Ain't gon' hell. Better try them pills. Not enough smoked over girl. Begging for a handout. Like so funny, nigga got his brain blown in a tribe. How the fuck they gonna tell me how to feel? Cut his head, they really can't tell. Mama said they gon' hold well. Fucking put the bitches on my will. I need to fucking learn how to chill. I said fuck the change for heritage. Okay, I need to learn how to chill. I need you. So easy, hey, baby. Is that some little fella keep it real? Is that some little fella keep it real? Your daddy said you go give him hell. Sad as hell, I'm gonna shed a tail. Man, fuck it, put the BBL on her well. Therapy ain't gon' hell. Begging for a handout.
There's the song, Museum. Is it the song? Yeah. No, Plastic Body. Blown Away. Amazing song. Holy shit. Love the singing on there. Love that outro in there too. And lyrically, it's fucking dark, depressing. This person saying life is funny, like looking at these things, like laughing at junkies, laughing at fucking, it's like that, like this person's head getting cut off or something, like, or no, not someone's head getting cut off. It says something about that, but it's talking about like someone's head getting blown off. Like it just seems like this person is looking at life with such like it's just so fucked. I can't really contain my sanity. Therapy's not gonna help. Fung to drugs, dealing with this girl who seems to also be doing that or can't pay her bill. It's just like the sad realities of a certain situation, and it's dark, man. That's very dark.
Slave niggas still shop at Neimans. Slave niggas still shop at Neimans. Brush the dirt up on my psyche. Earl sweatshirt number 9. They wanna be us, that's fine. Yeah, I'ma see ya online. Follow me right, I'll follow you forever. Yeah. Instagram girls, I need 7. Met that bitch on TikTok, she the devil. Black hole, white hole, need melody. Slave niggas still shop at Neimans.
love this song as well. Slave N-words still shop at Neimans. Lyrically too, he's like going into like sort of this idea of like kind of obsessing over women on social media, living life on social media. It's just like this dark sort of perspective here on that as well, right? Like he's not, it doesn't really seem like he's flexing it. It seems more like an addiction or obsession, right?
Fuck a cool, but that fucking check on the check, yeah. I swear to me, he called big red states. I swear to me, he called big red states. Yeah, bitch, I'm ready, got these my loves, yeah. I dropped all my clothing. I dropped all my clothing. I dropped all my clothing. Bitty, you don't want it. Skeletrix, check out motion. Skeletrix, check out housing. Like that. Feel it, I see me fucking break on splat, yeah. Slowly pay next check, yeah. Like the tears on slow motion.
I will say already, I'm liking this album a good bit more than Skeletrix Island. Or no, not Skeletrix Island. That's just the name of a song on this. Skeletrix Language. All of this just so fucking strange. Some of it can be relatively catchy, like that song too. Even like the way he's going like, yay. I'm like, man, like these little different vocal things going on. Like this is gonna make it when I re-listen. Like this is a reason why this is hooky. This is a reason why this song stands out. So I don't know. I kind of like this atmosphere it's bringing me into as well. Very nice.
Girl, you look good today. Let's have a party, yeah. Ain't got no joy today. What's in your cup today? Give a fuck what they say, but I just came to say, yeah. Let's have a party, man. Know you with me, but I need love. You look good today. Not feeling good today. Not feeling good today. No, we can't all be winners. RPX, you ain't member. We used to be friends, you don't remember? We used to be friends, you don't remember? Always cousin drama, go to hell. Tell my brother, why you went, why sell? That's an ugly bitch. In your words, off for dinner. Life so funny, no, we can't all be winners. Life so funny, no, we can't all be winners. God made you a monster. It's okay. They gon' get their check up if they gotta kill you. Chill, man, shut the fuck up with that drama. I'm like LOL, they believe in karma. Red beard, need a lunch break from the chaos. They can't be just like me, I don't feel them. They can't be just like me, I don't feel them. Bitch, I'm a monster.
Okay, that song really has these interesting transitions, right? 3 different parts there, really fucking engaging on a sonic wise, right? Like how that sounds in the backing, like very interesting sounds instrumentally for a rap album, I must say. Dude, fuck. January 1st. This is ridiculous. But lyrically then too, what you're getting is him suggesting like, I don't know, like him being a bad person, I guess. Okay. Weird. Let's go on to the next song here.
I see blood in the color. I see blood in the color. I'm a killer, got the top right on. So they be for that ass. Yeah, bigger babies, they gon' sit on names. Hurry, what's up, yeah. Brains, on you, man. President's a really cool going bitch. Let's better get up, man. Let's do this on the team. Let's go.
What the fuck is going on there? That song is chaos. Like in the brackets, having Psychosis makes so much sense, man. Like, that sound is just like he's going off, man. Holy shit.
I checked out. Nah, I mentally checked out. But it's not. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you hold my hand. None of these brands. We on an island. We might not make it, but I just wanna let you know.
That was an interesting one. Just like emotionally, like it kind of had a strange mood to it. That piano and that string there too, like just weird. And then again, he's having this sort of repetition at the beginning about like things aren't going to be okay, and that's okay. Just like this sort of, again, like him laughing and the other songs, it just seems like he has a very like fatalistic, like I don't think he's fully accepted harsh realities of life full on, but he recognizes he can't escape them, and that's something that he's sort of suggesting in a just this odd way. Yeah, fucking dark stuff.
You're a fucking junkie.
DJ Street Blaze, smoke something. You fucking haters.
Got these drugs for reason. Hit the plug, hit a lace pill. You can't buy that hut, not for retail.
Kill my friends for $1,000.
Got these drugs for reason.
Smoke something.
Let's go to the range.
This guy's killed.
You can't buy that hut.
Whoa, strange stuff there, man. That one, that very nice chill beat on there. There's this little bloop, and then again lyrically, he's an interesting guy, man. Fuck.
He could get you not off for some lies. Hold on for me, baby. Hold on for me, baby. Nigga was killing all the lies. Like he's scared of my ride. So good, all in my ride. BBA, oh, her backside. Bitch, what you do? You gon' know you could die. These niggas killing our lives. Cause it starts with the roof of the windows to the night. You can't see through, but it's dark as fuck inside. You can't see through, but it's body moving sideways.
Interesting song, kind of suggesting people killing people for views or likes. Like, I don't know if this is like metaphorical, but regardless, just the sense of like the lengths people will do like bad things or will screw other people over potentially for some internet clout.
Hello, Diary. It's me again.
Special friends, what's the meaning? It's so fun, alright, no my dear. Special, when you're fashion. Special, feel like this, yeah. Special friend, what's the meaning? I need red, just a red, it like shit, you. Money over everything, I can't rap. everything came late. Niggas if it up, look, you got to stick it up. What's the meaning? Am I answer? Fuck the art, don't put my heart in the north. Fuck the art, tryna get lit like so. I told you to see it, all this shit don't really mean shit. Niggas iffy up, niggas got to stick it up. In my rap, so I can't like the candy.
Weird song there as well. Pretty nice hard-hitting beat as well on that. And, you know, song discussing sort of like making art for money, right? Saying here the secret, like, oh, this stuff doesn't really mean much. Says something interesting too, like put up a Glock on a canvas. So it's like this idea of the imagery, potentially, this violent imagery, alone enough people buy into that. I don't know. That's just what I'm reading there.
I'm your only fan, girl. You ain't got no friends, girl. Split a jit, let's it cost, no look cost. Got your heart in your sleeve, nigga, what it cost you? Blood in the BBL, 400, awesome. Don't fucking kill yourself. Retail therapy for your mental health. Retail therapy for your mental health. Retail therapy for your mental health. I'm your only fan, girl. I'm your only fan. I'm your only fan. I'm your only fan, girl.
Weird song there. That's kind of cool. I don't know if this is like kind of him maybe being in a not a good situation, like kind of suggesting like, oh, like taking her away from anyone else, going like, I'm the person for you, like I do all this stuff for you. Kind of discussing her sort of mental health issues, like who she, like if this is someone who has an online persona showing off herself and she's pretty not doing so good, like, you know, don't kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. Retail therapy for your mental health. So it's like blowing money on things to make yourself feel better, short-term high. Then he's saying fuck me on the X pill, ecstasy, Molly, drugs. You know, when you have sex on that drug, it's quite elevated. I don't know from experience. I don't really want to do those drugs, but it's a well-known fact. Okay, let's continue on.
A nigga buy you lunch for your bitch. A bitch will fuck the nigga that you just with. A nigga buy you lunch for your bitch. Man, I can't trust none of my kin. Man, your bro will kill you for a band. Sometimes I really hate being human. Feel like, damn, I'm in chains. Sir, I'm insane, man. I'm insane.
Okay, interesting. This song just maybe like just sort of suggesting that like people will do things to fuck you over for. Well, this name is about the song of the name is about like killing you for money, or like, and then this is like, you know, well, you know, screw you over for a woman. Yeah, so that's the end of the album. Now I'm aware that there is a second album, and I don't think I'm gonna do that in this video because I think it may be considered like a second album, and it's under the name I'm a Monster. I don't think, like, maybe it's considered a double album. I don't know, but that's the end of this album. I'm gonna give this score wise an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Excellent album. Really fucking cool. I'm really excited actually to re-listen to this just so it can sink in, because this is one of the strangest hip-hop albums I've ever heard in my life, just on sound-wise, right? Very noisy, very glitchy, and lyrically I think it's nothing, it's much more the tone that things are being said and how we're kind of being placed in this just dark, pessimistic sort of point of view, and especially the vocal delivery that Edward gives. I don't even know if that's his real name, but regardless, yeah, very fucked up. Now we're gonna watch this documentary.
On December 29th, 2024, Edward Skeletrix held the Museum Music exhibition in New York City in preparation and rollout for his album Museum Music, dropping January 1st, 2025. As the event was free entry, there was a ton of people outside and waiting to get in, and there was almost a line of over 500 people waiting outside the event right before it started. Because of this large demand, a lot of people weren't able to get inside for the beginning of the event, and it took a while for the event actually to start. I think it was delayed over an hour before it actually started, just because there was kind of a lot of stuff happening and they were not expecting this many people to come to the event. Once people actually got inside the exhibition, people finally realized what the exhibition actually was, and it was a display of art from a ton of different people, including Jack Zebra, Brennan, and a lot of the other artists that either work with Edward as producers or just work with Edward in general and Edward has connections to, and they all had art that was either up on the wall in different like patterns or whatever, or they just have art that was displayed on one TV and it just went through all different art. And there's also like a little live stream that they did have that would always just recycle the art back and forth and back and forth. And it was really interesting because the main art piece of the entire exhibit was Edward himself, who was trapped in this weird plastic box. But there were also a ton of other things, including the Edward Skeletrix iPod, which he also released in rollout for the album. And I believe they were also selling about 40 of those that were signed exclusively by Edward for this exhibition itself. And you could also like, play with the iPod that they had on display in the middle of the room. And I think that's pretty cool. They had a huge Hubert Skeletrix poster. This was like 4 by 6 feet, just this huge poster as well that was right up in the middle of the exhibition. They also just had a ton of like other cool things. Like they had Yori Sport had a little pop up there, and I believe also the iPods there being sold there. So there's a ton of stuff being sold there as well, but the main like exhibition was Edward himself, who is in this plastic box where people could either touch him or like try and do weird things with him using hockey sticks or like a golf club or ping pong balls. There are a ton of different things that you could either like mess with Edward, like throwing stuff at him or touching him. And I'm assuming this kind of like you can do whatever you want to Edward is inspired by Marina Abramovich and Yoko Ono, who I believe also did the same thing where they would just let people come up to them and do anything to them. But Edward in this case is like a kind of more, not like famous artist, but I'm saying he's more like an actual musician. And I think people are like more seeing him as this like God disciple, whatever you want to call it. So it is a little weird that he was like in character in the box as well. He wasn't trying to move at all. He wasn't trying to be fazed by anything that actually happened in the box. He was playing this character this entire time. And basically, a lot of people didn't even know it was Edward in the box if you just saw it online, because he was just like slumped over, not moving in this jacket or whatever. And you could not tell it was Edward. But also at the event, there were a ton of other famous people, including Joey, who came there, and then he went onto the wall and wrote, "This is my contribution to the Edward Skeletrix Museum Music exhibition."
Yo, you gotta talk to me. Talk to me.
And he just like wrote something on the wall, which is pretty cool. Little Chris was also there. I don't know how he even got in or what he was doing there, but it is really funny that he's like almost as tall as Joey and he's like 10 years old. Another thing that's really funny is Emwell was there and he was like touching Edward with like a hockey stick, and just Edward was not moving. There's a ton of people covering this event, and it was just really interesting to see all of their different perspectives of this event and seeing the way that Edward really turned this exhibition, whatever you want to call it, into an art piece in itself. Like Edward is the art piece in the exhibition, and he's displaying himself to the world through this exhibition, which is a really cool way of like showing this rollout, and just shows that he's an artist that thinks on different levels compared to other people, because no other artist really wants to be treated like a prop in their own thing, but Edward is the prop, he is the art, and he wants to show that he's thinking on a different level than someone like Netspen or Osama Sun or anyone else in the underground, because he's not doing it like them. He's doing his whole own thing, and he's on a different level, and he's thinking in a different way than any other artist is. But during the exhibition, there was a PETA protester that came in and had a shirt that says, "Edward Skeletrix, you're killing animals." She also went up to the big Hubert Skeletrix poster and then wrote PETA on it. And she came in and like stuck her hand to the exhibition and said, "I'm not leaving until Edward repents for what he did." And this is the video.
Fashion, glass paint, Edward's trapper, fashion's game. I won't go until I'm game. I won't go.
And then eventually people started going up to her and trying to get her to get off because they didn't want her to ruin the exhibition, and this happened.
Class for fashion, class for pain, and I won't go until I'm caged. I won't go until I'm caged. I won't go until I'm caged. I won't go
But I guess since this protester wanted to be caged or whatever, they eventually got a glass box and put her into a glass box.
Class for pain, Edward fashion. Oh, look out. Class for fashion, class for pain, Edward fashion.
Oh, what the fuck?
I won't go until I'm caged.
Now she's caged.
Get in the cage.
Look at his house.
It's not his house.
And after this, she got turned into her own cage in her own exhibition in the Edward Skeletrix Museum Music Exhibition, where she was a part of the exhibition as well as Edward was. And it wasn't just one person on display, it was two different people on display. A lot of people were saying this is kind of like a race bait thing, which I don't know if it was, but either way, this is one of the most interesting things I've ever seen from an artist do. Like the fact that he got a fake stunt to be put in the exhibition and that was a part of the art. It just is performance art, and it's something that I don't think other artists think about. Like most musicians just think about the music itself and then some of the stunts they can pull. And while this was a stunt itself, I think it's really interesting because it really is a form of performance art. And I think that is the coolest thing about Edward, where he's not just a musician, he's doing things in so many other different lanes. He's doing crazy things on visuals, he's doing crazy things on performance art, and he's even rethinking the way you could think of a performance as an artist. But of course, Edward really was the main attraction here, and here are a few videos of people just doing stuff to Edward and interacting with the Edward Skeletrix exhibition. First up is when Edward gets poked and prodded by a golf club.
Oh, he's awake.
Then there were also some fans who were putting ping pong balls on Edward.
2, 1, go. Oh, bro.
And there's also this clip of ML using a hockey stick to poke and prod Edward and the woman next to him.
Who is this?
She's a protester.
Alright, take a fit pick.
But eventually all this kind of poking and prodding at Edward kind of came to a head as the fact that there were just a lot of really young people in this thing means that they were going to kind of do whatever they wanted to Edward, which is a really bad thing. It just shows kind of the same kind of concert etiquette that a lot of TikTok artists have now, where it's like you have some people that don't care about the artist themselves, and some people actually do care about the artist, and then just the people that don't care about the artist will just do crazy stuff to try and get like a TikTok clip or whatever. And eventually this is what happened, where some of these fans eventually started burning stuff in Edward's little glass box, and they're getting it really close to him. And while I don't really think it would have started a fire hazard, it is a really bad thing to have like lighter fluid. Potentially people were saying there was lighter fluid in the thing and it was all going to set up on fire and Edward was going to burn inside, which I don't think actually would have happened, but it is kind of a crazy thing to be like setting stuff on fire in front of Edward, in front of the artist that you actually like, and you're just trying to see what you can do to make the experience in the exhibition as crazy as possible, and eventually culminated in it all having to be shut down from this one clip.
Nah, imagine.
And you can clearly see that the vast majority of people didn't want this guy to be setting this thing on fire and like doing this crazy stuff. They're all like, oh, what are you doing? Stop, whatever. And this guy did, and eventually it got the entire thing to be shut down. And a lot of people that were waiting outside in line, I think this was only like 200 people had come in out of the 300 that, or out of the 500 that were waiting in line. So there's still 300 people outside that didn't get to go in the exhibition itself, and they didn't get to experience the kind of greatness of what Edward was putting on here, and actually this kind of performance art that he was putting on. So it is really sad to see that all these people didn't get to experience what Edward was trying to do here. They didn't get to have that museum music exhibition experience, but it does have to happen, and it feels really bad that Edward had to go on his story and post this. My own fans tried to light me on fire at the event. That's why you guys couldn't get inside. And it really does suck that Edward has to like not allow these people to get inside because of the fire hazard that one of his fans created. And that is kind of what is so bad about these like free entry events. And basically anyone can bring most things inside if they want, and bring things that actually could be a hazard to the entire thing. It does suck that they have to shut it down from this, but honestly, this was one of the most insane rollouts I've ever seen from any artist. And the fact that Edward did a whole performance art thing just to promote his album, and the fact that some of these clips have gone insanely viral on TikTok already, shows that people really are coming around to Edward and his artistry, and just the insane lengths that he'll go to promote an album, because there's almost no other artist who's doing stuff like this. And there's no other artist who's at Edward's size that's doing stuff like that. Like, yes, you have seen the people like Lexa Gates with her glass box in New York City, and while that is pretty cool, this was like an exhibition for Edward, and Edward is the art himself. And like, there's a performance with the fans as well, which I feel like is a whole different experience from the Lexa Gates thing, where she's kind of in her own little world and her fans were in her own little world. And this was specifically made for Edward's fans, while Lexa Gates was just for the random people in the New York City sidewalk. But honestly, after seeing all the clips from this event, this is one of the most insane things that any artist has ever done for an album rollout. And I think Edward will be considered one of the greatest artists, or one of the greatest, at least, like pranksters just in our generation, because this man is doing stuff on a whole different level from anyone else in any of his peers. And he's just doing stuff that I think a lot of other people will be doing 1 or 2 years down the line, because they're all taking inspiration from him. But he's just one of the most insane artists that I've ever heard of, and he's just doing things way differently.
All right, shout out AH Creative for that video. I just dropped them a subs. I don't know if they have any other cool videos, but just found out 2000 my birthday, bro. I got the exhibition, this cool ass exhibition on my birthday in Jimmy Carter's death, bro. It's been a crazy one. Okay, that's weird. That was very, very strange stuff, but I think it's quite unique. Again, he was saying like, oh, like these TikToks, there's TikTok clips going viral and stuff, and that's, I don't know, that maybe could work in Edward's favor, because Edward is relatively still like an underground artist, right? This is a very niche scene, and he still has people in the underground that obviously are at a different level, but I think maybe that's just because of how strange or weird this music is. Obviously he has room for growth and popularity though still, but I think this is interesting. Again, to me, obviously it reads as something like, look, like I am this, when you're an artist, right, I'm in this cage, and you know, fan bases are, you know, I'm something for them to ogle at, or you know what I mean. But it seems like he's giving them free reign to sort of push and prod that, and even seeing at the end, right, where that person's lighting something on fire, like fucking some psychotic people, bro, for sure. And the PETA thing was interesting. In the video, he's like talking like, this is a thing that like this girl came in, and I'm like this is obvious fucking staged. And to me, obviously this is a play on sort of there's some like activist groups putting like soup or some shit on paintings. It happened a few times, twice. I think those people ended up going to prison, actually. So I think that's sort of the situation there. It's kind of a play on the fact that people have tried to, well, not actually destroy art, because that art has shit on it, right? But the performance of that. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this album a few more times. I'm gonna make a separate video for the other museum music right now. So